Hello and welcome to another session in mathematics. In this session we'll continue with circles, but before that let us take a review of our previous lesson. Welcome back. Our focus today will be on circle theorems, the theorems of circle, and there are about 3 of them. So we'll quickly look at these 3 and then take some examples on them. Let us start with the first theorem. Theorem 1, it says the angle which an arc of a circle subtends at the center is twice that which it subtends at any point on the remaining part of the circumference. Okay, that is to say, if we have a circle, for instance, and we have these lines, then have this as our radius. Since this is the center of the circle, we'll call it O, and call this A and B, and let's take here to be P. If we have an angle here, we'll bisect it to meet the center of this, and let's assume here is x2 and this is y2, and then on bisecting this we'll have here to be our x1 and here to be our x2, this to be our y1 rather. Then what we are saying, this is Q, is that the angle at P is twice the angle here. Okay, is twice the angle here. Do we understand? So it means that x plus y, x2 and y2 added together, x2 plus y2 will give us the angle. Let's call this angle, let's say A, will give us the value of A. So that's why it says the angle which an arc of a circle subtends at the center is twice that which it subtends at any point on the remaining part of what? The circumference. This is the point. So the angle here is twice the angle here. Assuming you are given this angle here to be 120 and you are asked to find the value of x2 and x1, this is 120 divided by 2, and that will give us 60. So that means x2 plus y2 is what? 60. Therefore the value of each of them is what? 30 plus what? 30. Do we understand? So the second theorem says that angles in the same segment are equal. Angles in the same segment are equal. If we have a circle, and then we'll have a triangle like this, then we'll have its radius to be this. Don't mind my schedule. And then you draw out something else here and join it with this. Call here x1 and here x2, and this is O and this point is 2x. This is B, this is A, this is Q, and this is P. Okay, the angle at P is equal to the angle at Q. x1 is equal to what? x2. That's one thing you need to bear in mind. Okay, so that's why you said the angles in the same segments are what? Equal. The angle x1 is equal to the angle what? x2. Just bear that in mind. Okay, so let's quickly take examples before we go to theorem 3. First example says find the value of y in the figure below. This is a figure. The value of y, that is the first theorem we talked about. So now the value of this is given, but the value of y is not given, so we have to find what? Y in this figure given. Okay, I told us that the angle here is twice the angle here. That means that y is equal to 52 times 2. Okay, and then y is equal to 52 times 2 give us what? 100 and what? That will give us 104 degrees, and that's just it. Okay, example number 2. In the figure below, O is the center, and if OPQ, that's angle at P, is equal to 42 degrees, that's here, find PRQ. Find PRQ, that is the angle at R, this angle here. Okay, let us start. Solution. It seems impossible for us to solve, but let me shock you, it's very, very simple to solve. Let me start by saying that line PO, that is this, and line QO is equal because they are what? They are the radii. This line and this line, they are equal. They are the what? The radii. Okay, and then let me also tell us that OPQ is equal to OQP. OPQ, the angle here, is equal to the angle OQP, is equal to this angle here. Okay, and they are called what? Base angles. Base angles of what? Isosceles triangle. Okay, and they are equal. So that means that these two angles are equal to what? 42 degrees. Now if that is the case, the total angle in this triangle should be what? 180. So angle POQ is supposed to be 180. So to get the value of O now, we have to subtract what? 42 plus 42, which are the values of O and P, and therefore we have POQ to be equal to 180 minus 84. 180 minus 84. And what do we have? We have our answer to be what? 96. So the value of O here is 96. Then to find the value of the angle at R, we then find PRQ to be equal to 96 degree divided by 2, because I told us that the angle here is twice the angle here. Okay, so 96 divided by 2 will give us what? 48 degree, and that's the value of this angle. This is 48 degree. Do we understand now? So let's go over to the third theorem. Theorem 3 states that the angle in a semicircle is a right angle. The angle in a semicircle is a right angle. What do we mean by that? If we have a circle and then we have a triangle inside the circle, it says, let's take here to be O, here is A, here is B, and we'll call here P. From this diagram, you'll agree with me that that angle at P is equal to 90 degree. Angle at P, A, P, B. How did I ascertain that? If you bisect this, you have something like this, right? Here is our angle 90, and this is an isosceles triangle with 3 equal sides. Okay, now looking at that, this is our P, this is our B, and this is our what? O. So if this is an isosceles triangle, it means that these other two parts of the triangle are equal, which is 45 degree, and this is 45 degree, giving us a total of 180. So if half of this is 45, this also is 45. Add them together, they give you what? 90 degrees. Do you understand now? So it means that the angle what? AOB is what? Is 180. This is angle on a straight line. Angle at O is what? 180, because half of this is 90. Okay, then this half also will give us what? 90. Do we understand now? Okay, then from that we have that angle APB, that is angle at P, is equal to half of AOB, half of this. The angle here is twice the angle here. I told us that the angle down here is twice the angle at the top. So if angle AOB is 180, then angle APB is half of this, which will give us half of what? 180, and that is just 90 degrees. So let us take one example on this. Okay, it says number 1, in the diagram below, O is the center of the circle, then find X. Find X. Look at the figure here, the diagram here. It said O is the center of what? The circle. Then we should find what? The value of x. How do we start? We start by saying that angle ABC, that is angle at B, is equal to what? 90 degrees. From what I proved to us then, let us start. Angle at B is what? 90 degrees. If that is the case, then x is equal to what? 180 minus 90 degree plus this 32 here, 32 degrees, and that will give us 180 minus 90 plus 32 will give us 122, and then when we subtract that, we have our answer to be what? 58 degrees. So x is equal to 58 degrees, and that's just it. Okay, so thank you for being part of today's class. We'll stop here today, but before we go, kindly provide the answer to the following questions on the screen. Welcome back. So far we've been able to deal with the theorems of circle, and we've taken the 3 theorems of circle and some examples on them. We'll stop here. So do well to use the lesson note on the platform for better information on the topic we've just discussed, and feel free to leave your questions or comment on the comment section. Till we meet again in our next class, stay safe. Bye.